Welcome back to the Nosebleed Seats. I'm the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. This week we have a special Hodgepodge episode of 3 segments. We're going to take a look at the NBS Pro Wrestling Training Center indicator. We're also going to take a look at more singles action from New Breed Wrestling Alliance. But first up, it's a lost interview I conducted at PWE in Springfield. This is an interview with the Rebel, Jeremy Wyatt, a Triple Crown champion. You should enjoy this. Ladies and gentlemen, with me at this time, one of the big-time St. Louis Wrestling Kansas City competitors. And as you can see, he's got 3 different belts here. He's got 3XW Pure title, that's out of Iowa. He's got the Pro Wrestling Phoenix Heavyweight title, that's also out of Iowa. he's also the reigning Lethal Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion. And he's currently ranked, he's ranked 447 on the annual Pro Wrestling Illustrated 500. Jeremy Wyatt, welcome to the Nosebleed Seats. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
You've had quite a year in 2008. So far in 2009, you've accumulated all these titles.
Yeah, I'm doing all right for myself. Put me in a match with a belt, chances are I'm going to add it to my collection.
Now, where all do you wrestle currently?
Mainly Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. Regular places are LWA, PWP up in Iowa, 3XW in Iowa, and Dynamo. They've done shows in Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas. So those are the main places. And then I had a debut with AAPW a couple weeks ago. I'm still trying to branch out more. So.
And what's been your accomplishments otherwise so far this year? What are your goals? We already covered your accomplishments. Sorry about that.
Just to get booked as often as possible and to just entertain, put on the best matches possible, and just keep getting better. And that's pretty simple.
Now, this is your debut in Springfield, Illinois tonight. You basically wrestled. You haven't wrestled in Central Illinois. I think this is your Central Illinois debut, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't been out this far yet. But there's plenty of promotions out this way, so maybe this will be the start of me heading a little farther east.
So tell us about yourself. This will be your introduction to Springfield. For those who are not familiar with it.
Well, I'm generally not the nicest guy in the world. I'm being civil right now.
You're a rebel.
That I am. It's actually my real middle name.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, that actually shoots. That's my real middle name. So I wasn't very creative the day I came up with my name, so I was just like, the rebel.
Well, it looks like you were born with a wrestling name.
Yeah, so my dad did good there, I guess. But I'm generally not the most likable guy. I don't do anything real fancy. I just hit people really hard. And,
although you've done, you had this rather dangerous barbed wire match in Kansas.
Yeah, against Michael Strider's Central State show back in February 2008. It was pretty silly. My nipple looks like an exclamation point now from it. I got a few scars from it, but it was kind of it's not something I would recommend, but it was like I think I was starting to get to like a certain point, and like I think that match kind of like got me over the hump, and then I just kind of kept going since then, and done all right for myself.
And what are some of the opponents you've had with wrestling the past few months?
Dingo. He's IWA South Champ and NBWA Missouri Champ. He's really good. Dingo's super, super good. Tyler Black is really good too. Had a match up in Iowa with CJ Gutt. That's pretty good. Wrestled Eric Cannon quite a few times, and he's been all over the place. So
he's here tonight.
Yep, that he is. I've been pretty lucky. I've gotten to wrestle a lot of really good people. So, I mean, that's the way to get better, is wrestle people that are really good.
Now, originally, you're going to wrestle Ryan Phoenix tonight, but he couldn't be here. So now your scheduled opponent. Now your scheduled opponent is going to be Mark Sterling. Tell us about that.
That'll be a good match. Me and Mark, away from the ring, we were really good friends. But when it comes to business, we beat the hell out of each other. And Mark Sterling is, in my opinion, he's one of the top 2 or 3 wrestlers in the whole entire area.
What are your future goals? Maybe Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE?
Yeah, Ring of Honor would be great. I need to get myself out there a little bit more, I think. I need to branch out more, obviously. I mean, this is the farthest I've ever been away from Kansas City, out east. So
how far west of Kansas City do you go?
Not very. I've kind of limited myself. I need to get out and about more, and just work as many different places as possible, work as many different people in different styles as possible. Ultimately, and just keep collecting these, and so.
What are your thoughts about the St. Louis wrestling scene as a whole right now? You're the top dog in St. Louis, pretty much, with that NBWA title.
I like it. I mean, I think there's a lot of good guys there. I think it doesn't get a lot of credit. Maybe it should, but I mean, that's anywhere. Maybe biased to there, but there's a lot of good guys there. A lot of guys that are branched out and are going other places. And it's a fun place. I mean, I come, 3-4 hours, 2-3 times a month to come out here. So obviously I like it. I mean, I wouldn't come out here if I didn't think I was getting quality competition. There's a number of guys that can steal the show on any given night. There's a lot of good work in St. Louis.
How do you see the Kansas City wrestling scene? Is there anything there?
It sucks. It's horrible. That's why I got to branch out so much.
It used to be NWA Central States, and that was it.
Yeah.
And Whiplash.
Yeah. Dynamo's been running about 40 minutes southwest of Kansas City, and they've been drawing really good. I think slow and steady with them, and they can build it back up. CSW got to a point. I think CSW was one of the better independent promotions. Period. I mean, it wasn't Ring of Honor, but everything else, it was up there in my book. And they just hit a plateau, couldn't get over the hump, and then just kind of went by the wayside. And Kansas City was dead for a while, and now they're Dynamo, Jim Crystal and Larry. They're slowly but steady, and they're drawing over 200 every show, which anymore for indies is pretty good, sadly. But
that's quite that on Federation Sprawl, although Missouri. It's just pretty much from the race running shows.
Yeah. It's about the only one I can afford to on a regular basis.
Would you wrestle for WLW?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll wrestle about anybody, Call me up.
Where can they go to book Jeremy Wyatt?
They can go to myspace.com, Jeremy_Wyatt. Shoot me a message and talk particulars.
Is there anybody that you'd like to wrestle that you've not ever had a chance to have a match with yet?
As in, locally?
You've never wrestled, but you want to wrestle them.
Well, I'm pretty much, for the most part, I've wrestled most guys around here locally. I'd like to wrestle, a couple people I'd really like to wrestle again. I'd really like to wrestle Tyler Black again. Yeah. And I'd really like to wrestle Christopher Daniels again. And I'd really like a match against AJ Styles. Right. I'm trying to think as far as some sort of bout.
Just about everybody.
I mean, there's a lot
of people you haven't wrestled.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like Central Illinois guys that I've never been on a show with, so I really
Or seen.
Yeah, so I can't really say I like to wrestle wrestler X because I don't really.
Or Ryan Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't really know much about him. I mean, I was interested, looking forward to it because it's someone new, but having to fall back to work much doesn't make it too bad either. So.
Oh well, it's still going to be a good match.
Oh yeah, it'll be good. So
And you got to make a Mad Dash St. Louis tonight.
Yep, gotta
Wrestling tonight.
I believe I am wrestling Tyler Cook. So
That should be a good match, although I've seen you wrestled each other quite a bit.
I've wrestled Tyler probably more than anybody. So we'll have a good match. Yeah, so I got to beat Mark as quick as I can, hit the road, and go beat Tyler's ass down to St. Louis.
Hopefully get there before the show's over.
Yeah, well, I got a heavy foot, so I think I'll be able to make it.
All right, Jeremy Wyatt, thank you for coming in. Hopefully we will see you a lot more in Central Illinois.
Yeah, sounds good. So, thanks.
Thank you very much. And in our next segment, we are going to take a look at the MBS Pro Wrestling Training Center. But here are a listing of some of the shows happening around the area this weekend. We at the Nosebleed Seats would appreciate your vote as the best Access 4 cable show in the upcoming Illinois Times Best of Springfield. Inside the Skywalker International Sports Complex in downtown Decatur, the sounds of dribbling basketballs, shooting hoops, and the occasional slam dunk can be heard. But in one corner of the former Armory building, slams are a regular occurrence. The MBS Pro Wrestling Training Center started offering grappling sessions 3 days a week for aspiring pro wrestlers over the past few months. Before the squared circle was set up, Skywalkers had been looking for a ring for their new boxing program. Chris Lee explains how that came together.
I'd seen an article in there about a boxing program in Decatur from an older gentleman that's been boxing for 30, 40 years, and he had just started a boxing program. His wife ended up stopping by my restaurant, and I kind of sent the message to her, and then the next day he called me and wanted to know what kind of ring I had and if we could sit down and talk. And I ended up telling him the spiel about the ring and how I think it could be used for boxing ring if we did this, and did a couple different modifications to the ring, and then we could also train wrestlers, or not I, but somebody could train wrestlers in it. And we went up and talked to him. He wanted to see the ring. Jaron, Guy Smith, who was the one that I actually wanted to do the training because of his background of training with Harley Race and how many years he's been training, that he had a ring along with Rip Mystic. The guys at the Skywalker loved it. The wrestlers or the boxers got into it and got up there and did some sparring, and the rest is history.
Leading the training at the MBS is Jaron McCaffrey, who has competed in the ring for 10 years. He spent 3 years training at New Midwest before lending assistance with workouts in the ring. McCaffrey himself enrolled at the Harley Race Wrestling Academy in Eldon, Missouri for 6 months and participated in a number of clinics to gain a lot of the wrestling knowledge that he believes others are missing out on.
Teaching people to be a performer, a better performer all over, comes from a lot of things in my book. First of all, conditioning. A lot of guys around here don't have conditioning, and their performance starts to suffer, when they're in a match and they start to get tired. So it's important to learn conditioning, and we work a lot on conditioning here. There's a muscle memory factor. Just to, you can celebrate a move, you can show a move, and it's so much easier to do that stuff if you hit the move crisp and, you've got the timing down and you've practiced it. It's just the more time you spend in the ring, the more comfortable you are, and the more comfortable you are, the better your performance is going to be, because it becomes natural. And the best performers are the ones that don't look like they're performing. It's just natural. So the more you're training, the more you know, the more comfortable, the more natural everything becomes, the better performer you're going to be. And it's a great opportunity to, anybody who wants to get in the business to come and learn for the first time. Anybody who has been in the business, anybody who's been wrestling, it's a training facility where they can come and keep their stuff sharp. I like to keep my stuff sharp. I was really, part of the reason I was so gung-ho to get into this was so that I could train and keep my stuff, sharp and stay in shape and just stay in ring shape, because there's no training like ring shape training.
It's just an amazing opportunity to give back to not only a community of wrestlers that appreciate you and want to make themselves better and want to take advantage of these types of situations, but it also gives us an opportunity to give back to a sport that we have watched our entire lives and has really made us who we are as adults, going through that good versus evil, and growing up with all those outrageous cartoon characters. It gives us an opportunity now to help these guys develop their dreams and develop their skills, and that's what it's about. It's not about us. We don't. The nosebleed seats don't even really do anything. I go up there every once in a while just make sure everybody's in line and nobody's outrageous, and I'm not getting any bad report cards on wrestlers acting like idiots or somebody's going over the top. It's about these guys who want to make themselves better and want to take it to the next level. Whether it's just the next level here in Central Illinois, or it's the next level moving on somewhere to another area to get better. Always check out other ponds. Don't be a big fish in a little pond. But always work at trying to be that big fish all the time. That's what it's about.
And the hours of the NBS Training Center are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to noon. For more information, send an email to thenosebleedseats@yahoo.com or call 217-412-1677. And our final segment of the program, we go back to Atwood, Illinois for New Breed Wrestling Alliance. It's going to be Aaron Matthews taking on a newcomer, Super Jimmy Carrot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Singles action from New Breed Wrestling Alliance. We got a bit of breaking news to share with you as we go to the ring announcer for the introduction.
And the first match of this card, scheduled for one fall, introducing first from Sexyville, he is Aaron Matthews. And his opponent from Des Moines, Iowa, he is Super Jimmy Carrot.
Alright, our first look at Jimmy Carrot, a newcomer to New Breed Wrestling Alliance, has only been active in the ring for just a couple of months so far. So we'll see what ring skills this Jimmy Carrot has got together. But yes, I had some breaking news to share with you. First off, New Breed Wrestling Alliance next show, which was supposed to be scheduled September the 12th, was actually on a Sunday, so it was September 13th, has been postponed for the time being until they can figure out where they are going to run their shows in the future. They had a problem with their venue, their home base in Danville, due to the building owner losing a license to run events in that building, and this was all unbeknownst to New Breed, so they ended up having their show shut down 3 matches into a card, and it just came out of nowhere. So, I mean, Reed is having a little bit of trouble with venues because there's already it's an open question as to when they will be running at the Linkage Challenge Academy in Rantoul, Illinois, as state budget problems has put that program in jeopardy also. So we'll have to wait and see where we will be seeing New Breed Wrestling Alliance action again. But keep up to date on that on myspace.com/The New Breed Nation. As Aaron Matthews locks up with Jimmy Carrot, and Carrot with a slap across the face. Aaron takes off to the ground.
What'd you say? What? I'm sexy and pretty. What?
Well, I can see Aaron Matthews is making friends with this audience out here at the Dumpling Festival. And Jimmy Carrot is tired of waiting for him to get his butt back in the ring. Actually slipped in and out of the ring to break the count. Alright, they're both back in now.
Idiot.
Alright, lock up. Carrot. Waistlock takedown. And he just slaps it across the back. Oh, Carrot. Actually, to the corner. High knee from Jimmy Carrot. Carrot pulls him over. Oh, there's a shot to the gut. And Aaron Matthews slips away at the head of Super Jimmy Carrot. Irish whip, drop kick from Aaron Matthews. Perfectly executed. But that is not going to beat Jimmy Carrot. That nonchalant cover. As Aaron Matthews continues to pound away. Whoa, he's wobbling. And Aaron Matthews is going to choke him on the ropes. Matthews off the ropes, sets on him. And goes to the outside. Alright, that's not all the breaking news I have to share. We also have the unfortunate news that IWA Mid-South, you know, it's been teased a number of times that they were thinking about folding operations. As Aaron Matthews hits a suplex. Unfortunately, it is for real this time. IWA Mid-South will shut down operations. At the time you see this broadcast, the final show has already occurred on August the 28th in Bellevue, Illinois. The tryout show ended up being canceled, and the 10 Penny Invitational in Joliet ended up being canceled. So IWA Mid-South, unfortunately, appears to be done for the foreseeable future as Aaron Matthews dumps Jimmy Carrot outside and chops him on the apron. I should also mention the owners of IWA Mid-South, Ian Rotten and Mickey Knuckles. I don't believe they are retiring from wrestling at all. They will still be wrestling in the Midwest area. They just will not be promoting shows like they had been. And Aaron Matthews does a little dance and drops a fist. And another nonchalant cover, and the ref kind of interpreted that as a chokehold. And he goes to a half crab. But wherever you see Ian Rotten and Mickey Knuckles, they will be bringing the IWA Mid-South Library with them So they'll have merchandise for sale at wrestling shows that they will be. And the final bit of news I have to share. Oh, look at that! Form of a powerbomb. I know there's a name for that, but I cannot think of it right now. I know cruiserweights have used that move to dump somebody down the mat. Aaron Matthews goes to the outside and to the top rope. Cross body by Aaron Matthews to count. And there's a chokehold from Aaron Matthews. I cannot let this broadcast end without saying I strongly condemn in the very highest terms the so-called wrestling show that he put on at the Illinois State Fair. That was an absolute abomination to the sport, the crap that you put on at the fair.
Shut up, Daddy!
I mean, WOAY should be demanding their sponsorship money, and so should State Fair manager Amy Bleethnick be demanding the money back that they paid out to Ronnie Vegas. Good Lord. Get a ring that's well constructed and made of metal, not that wooden ring that was in danger of collapsing, and the ropes actually came apart during one of the matches. I do have to give kudos to Dewey Dawson. He, 2 years ago, wasn't happy with the IWF show that was at the State Fair in 2007. He got himself booked on that show, and unfortunately, he was the only one that could wrestle worth a crap. Well, what is Jimmy Carrot looking for? And there's a DDT! DDT from Jimmy Carrot. It looks like he's going to try and finish him off right here. Carrot! Split-legged moonsault on Aaron Matthews, and this may be it. One, and it's the ropes. Unfortunately, I have to also say that Dewey Dawson has retired from the ring. We did have him on the MBS during one of our interview sessions over at Great American Wrestling. But Dewey Dawson decided to hang it up a few months ago. And nope, there's a power slam from Aaron Matthews. And that's it! Wow, 3 counts.
Here is your winner, Aaron Matthews!
So Aaron Matthews wins this contest in 8 minutes, 10 seconds with a power slam. And we'll hope to see more of Jimmy Carrot. But Aaron Matthews was successful in this singles contest. Now next week on the Nosebleed Seats, we will be wrapping up our tour of the Central Illinois promotions. We're going to go back to New Midwest Wrestling. We're going to go back to Unfair Game. John Magnus versus Spencer Powers in the main event. Guy Smith takes on former ECW superstar Kevin Thorne. We'll see you next time.